Never in a million years did Jackie O think this interview would air. However you might feel about her, the radio host has always put it all out on the table. Or so we thought. You see, Jackie's been hiding a big secret. Until now.
I did have moments where I thought, you could die.
Did you care if you lived or died?
Not really. I don't think so. Yeah.
You've said best, nothing at all.
For 30 years, Jackie O Henderson has built a reputation for being honest.
Some arseholes dumped all their rubbish in my bins.
Some may say, too honest.
No, that wasn't me! I have a feeling that you've got a good vagina, actually.
But behind the laughter, a darkness has been lingering.
It's actually about something that I feel I haven't been very forthcoming about or very truthful about.
How do you live a lie and have so many secrets for so many years?
It's hard work. It is hard work. Living a complete lie, hiding so much from everyone in my life. Yeah, it was like this little secret I had that I just didn't share with anyone.
I'll be checking into the Betty Ford Centre in Rancho Mirage. I'll be spending 28 days there. I'm voluntarily enrolled in a 12-step program there to treat the substance dependence and drug addiction I've been able to keep secret for 3 long and painful years.
How do you feel now that you've shared those darkest burdens with the world?
I think it's really freeing to do that. I mean, with that, there's a lot of vulnerability and sensitivity to it. Well, so, yes, obviously, like, there are people who are going to be critical and cruel and judge you. But then when you hear from people who have reached out and they've never told anyone this secret that they have, like I did, I know how big that is. I know.
Broadcasting live from the Kyle and Jackie O Tower on top of...
I want to go back a little bit, like way back. You grew up on the Gold Coast and then you moved around quite a lot, making a name for yourself in radio. And in Sydney, you meet Carl Sandilands.
Yeah.
I love that you didn't have a high opinion of him when you first met him.
No, I did not. I did not. Well, because I didn't think he was capable. And I could soon see that he's very witty. You know, he's very quick. And it wasn't long before it did click for us and really kick into gear.
And it really firmed into a friendship. And I mean, I know it's one that's been tested at times over the years, but he's actually a dear friend.
He is a dear friend. I mean, I haven't had a man in my life, apart from my dad, where he's been there by my side every day for 25 years. That's a significant relationship.
Is he the best relationship you've had with a man outside of immediate family?
Oh, geez, he's the most interesting, tumultuous, but yeah, he's the most consistent, I guess.
Here I thought this would be hilarious, and it's backfired. I'm sorry, Jackie.
I thought the whole street hated me.
With the success of the show rising, that came at the detriment of your own morals and values.
Yes.
Is that just the price you pay?
No, I think that was a case of it got away from us in a way where we kind of weren't seeing clearly. It was a time in our career, I think, where we had a machine around us and we'd gotten to number 1, but we'd gotten there by making a fair bit of noise. And in the book, I likened it to Lady Gaga, where you peak so early, you're wearing the meat dress, and then before you know it, you've lost your way. You're trying to outdo the last thing you did, and then
it gets ugly.
It gets ugly, and you sort of had to stop yourself and go, what are we doing? Like, what? This isn't nice. This doesn't feel good.
But I love that in the book you confront all of this. Like you don't sugarcoat any of that time, and you talk about the 2009 incident, the lie detector stunt, where the young girl admitted to being raped on air.
Yeah.
I got raped when I was 12 years old.
Right. And is that the only experience you've had?
You were taken off air for 3 weeks at that time. Did you think you were going to lose your job?
I don't think I cared at that point. I think I was more just in shock of what was happening, what had happened. How did we get here? Why did we not think that this could possibly happen to us when you do segments like this? I think it was inexperience and immaturity, and ambition, but at the cost of your values. Yeah.
Despite the controversies, Kyle and Jackie O's popularity kept climbing. Now the most successful breakfast duo in Australian FM history. But as her career was soaring, Jackie's personal life was falling apart. The catalyst, the end of her 18-year marriage to Lee Henderson, and not seeing her daughter Kitty, now 13, as often. So how did you cope?
Well, I mean, I coped really badly. I didn't do it the healthy way, that's for sure. I mean, I just thought the answer was, I'll have a drink instead. And then that drink, obviously became a drink with a pill, and it just went from there.
It sounds like it was booze, pills, oblivion, repeat.
Yes, it really was. It was a horrible existence of just not remembering, not wanting to think, feel, do. It's almost like you're in a coma.
So when you talk about 24 Panadine Fort and 10 to 12 Stilnox, which is a powerful sleeping tablet in a day.
Yeah.
I don't know how you even woke up.
I don't know how I woke up either. I really don't. Someone was watching out for me. They really were. But I remember waking up and I had to catch my breath. It was like I had stopped breathing. How could anyone survive taking that much?
Did you care if you lived or died?
Not really. I don't think so. Yeah.
It just goes to how looks can be deceiving, right?
Totally.
We see you, this gorgeous woman, always been gorgeous, with what we think is this perfect life.
I don't know why I felt like that. I think I was just so numb, and it's just a strange. I really do blame the power of addiction on that, because the fact that I did have moments where I thought, you could die. You look what you're taking. I'd see all those empty packets and I would go, that's confronting. But you still keep doing it.
How much did your family suffer?
Well, my mum, have always been very close to, and I really pushed her away during that. And I feel really, obviously terrible about that. I think it would have been really hard for my mum to watch that, for me to sort of push her away anytime she questioned my health.
And your little girl, Kitty, I mean, she may not have understood what was going on, but...
Yeah, well, when I had the conversation with her eventually about it, she said, I just thought you were a bit tired because you work breakfast hours, but my daughter has just been, she's just beautiful. She really is. She doesn't judge anyone. And I think in a way it's nice to have that open dialogue with your children. Something that is really important, I think.
So heading off to rehab, who knew where you were going and why?
So the only people that knew were my mum and dad, my brother, and my personal assistant and my best friend. That was it. No one else knew. No one.
You lied to Kyle.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I called him and said, listen, I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't need to, but I need to take a few weeks off. And he joked, oh God, are you going to rehab? And then just started laughing and then changed the subject. And I was on the phone going, what do I say? What do I say? I can't lie, I can't lie. And then he just started talking about something else. And I was like, thank God. But he never knew. He never knew or even suspected.
So when did you share it with the team and Kyle where you'd been and why?
Never. What you heard on the air, what everyone heard is when I shared it.
That's the first time.
Yes.
God, you're good at keeping a secret, aren't you?
Very cunning.
Why was that so important?
It was really important to share my story and tell it the way I wanted it to be told. I think that a lot of people hide things like this. They never want to tell anyone. I mean, you would never, in my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd be sitting here talking to you and being so open about it. Never. And so
I love that you are.
Thank you. I love that I am too. I really do. It's so hard to put your hand up, and if anyone puts their hand up and says, I'm going to go to rehab because A, I want to save myself, B, I want my family to be okay. I don't want them to go through this. Everyone should be celebrating that, and they shouldn't feel like they have to hide it.
And it is brave to tell the world. The proceeds from Jackie's memoir, The Whole Truth, will go to rehab charity Odyssey House. And if you or someone you know needs help, call the National Alcohol and Other Drug Hotline on 1800 250 015.